I think what you bring up is really, really interesting. I've actually been thinking about it a lot with websites that bring events and art culture to the mass environment and populace of people without the people even going to the events, because that's occurring a lot too. I think what's happened with modern art is you see it a lot in times where humanity didn't seem to exist, that art wants to bring the humanity back into art or even take it out even more. I think that's a little confusing, but I think with the internet and how prominent and prevalent it's become, I think people will want to learn new techniques to be able to apply their works through the internet or with the internet, and eventually people will want to yearn for that idea of humanity and face-to-faceness, and then there will be a cycle, and I think that that cycle has happened a lot. You see instances where references to the artist are so prevalent that they are the art, and then times afterwards, even 6 months later, where artists feel that they aren't needed, that their faces aren't needed, that their art can speak for itself. I also think it's really interesting with graffiti is that the one of the main reasons that graffiti started in New York City in the late 1960s, early 1970s was because people, and when I mean people, I mean mostly Puerto Rican immigrant youths in the not so great parts of New York City and Philadelphia felt that advertisement and government and politicians had taken over the city, so that they wanted to make sure that people knew that humanity still existed, that there were still people in these cities. It wasn't just machines and advertising and politicians. And that still resonates with a lot of graffiti and street artists. You'll hear a lot of people say that I just want to beautify the city. I just want to make sure that people know that we're here. And I think that the aspect of meeting face to face doesn't become as important as just the aspect of being there. I also think that because so many more people are seeing it, the aspect of community is is strange, because you have what I call talk about in my thesis is the graffiti community or the graffiti culture, and that includes people who do the work as well as people who interview the people who do the work, or the people who have websites for the work, or the artists who take on techniques and inspiration from these works, or the gallery museum curators, politicians, government officials, police departments who work to get together to get rid of graffiti. And in if you were to talk to a graffiti artist, I think a lot of them would say that the community is everybody. And I don't, I can't speak like that in my thesis. That would make things awfully complicated. But I think their point is that they want to bring the community closer, and that though they might not be meeting the person face to face and the hundreds of thousands of other people that see their work face to face, their work in essence becomes their identity in that space, and therefore the people are meeting them, just meeting them through their work. I think. I'm not sure. That's still something that I'm kind of getting through. I think with the internet, it's really hard because, and just technology in general, I talk to my friends more than I see them. You know, you have a phone conversation, or you can talk online, AIM for example, and you don't even listen to their voice. But then you can know everything that's been going on with them for the past 2 weeks without even hearing their voice or seeing their face. But I think with art, like I said, there will be a cycle, and people will continuously want to yearn for the loss of community and closeness, and familiarity with each other. And once that happens, it will be again incorporated into art and into the artist way the artists work, and way that works are distributed and exhibited in the market. And then again, people will take them technologies and work with those. And then again, people will realize that they need more than that. I hope at least, because if it doesn't happen like that, then technology will take over, and I feel that art will become something different than it's ever been, and who knows what that will be. Oh, thank you. I'll respond again, and I'll see what else I can think of. See you in class tomorrow.